everybody. Brandy Joy here with your weekly horoscope for January 31st today, 2018, into February 6th of next week on Tuesday. It's Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday earlier. It's Wednesday. Yeah, we had a full lunar eclipse this morning at 7:10 a.m. here in the Eastern time zone. I think is when it was really hitting us where we could see it. And so all morning, that was really illuminating things, and people were feeling those energies today. Hi there. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so this lunar eclipse is pretty intense. Lunar eclipse, I didn't talk about this last week. There's some different layers to eclipses, but I'm going to go a little bit more into what the lunar eclipse symbolizes, what it, focuses and things like that. Funny story, though. I actually really saw some of this lunar eclipse stuff take place for me. Yesterday, I had an appointment to close on my house today. I'm selling my house. And at about 6 or 7 last night, I get the call that the close is now canceled. Very, very last second. That my noon appointment to close on the house was canceled. So you remember I told you guys about about how when you sign contracts, things can change. The lunar eclipse, any eclipse, symbolizes a lot of transformation, changes, keep your schedule light. Contracts can get canceled and things like that. Well, that happened. So I had to come up with a quick solution and do some problem solving. That was interesting. But I did come up with a solution, thankfully. That was a big deal, though. So, yeah. So that was, I heard quite a few things from people yesterday in terms of things just going up in the air, people losing their jobs, and craziness happening as we were hitting this lunar eclipse energy. So, yes. So that was pretty crazy that the contract just fell through right there the last second. Not surprising though, when I got the call, I went, "Oh, yeah, happy lunar eclipse." It's pretty funny. But, this lunar eclipse is was at 11 degrees of Leo. And it's funny, this is the year of 11, also meaning 2, but then we hit the lunar eclipse at 11 degrees, and it was a full lunar eclipse. It was very close to the north node of the moon, which makes it a full lunar eclipse. So this was very powerful, and it still is powerful. And you probably are feeling the electricity, the electromagnetic frequencies that are heightened for everybody today. But you'll be feeling this over the next 10 days as it dwindles back down, because the moon, it peaks with that full moon, and then the energies start going back down. But yeah, this is a year of 11 and 2s. So it has a lot to do with receptive energy, emotional energy, nurturing energy, relationship energy, transformational energy in a very receptive way. Channeling is easier to do in a year like this as we come into these very intense and emotional energies. We have Jupiter Scorpio all year, right? This lunar eclipse, even though it's Leo, it's creativity, romance, and things like that, lunar eclipses are typically relationship focused, just like, the moon, emotion, Venus, and stuff like that. And we have Venus aspecting this. Venus is actually in play. It is almost conjunct the sun. It's very close to the sun. It is aspecting the moon, opposing the moon. So this is a very relationship focused type of situation. Now, when I say relationship, this can mean people, but this can also mean relationship to your money, relationship to the location you're living, a relationship to your work, your job, your business. This can be relationships in many ways. It doesn't have to be just an intimate relationship, but this is a relationship-focused lunar eclipse. And so things are illuminated during this time in terms of relationship. So that can be, I became aware that this contract fell through, you know. Also, you can become aware of intimate relationships and whether you should part ways or whether it, you know, realize that it could actually be a good thing. You know, those types of realizations start coming into play when a lunar eclipse happens because things are illuminated, realizations occur, and things can be strengthened or broken. So it could be that a relationship, like the one yesterday with the house, is broken, or it could be that a relationship is strengthened, right? So things are challenged. Typically, realizations just come into play. And if you hear news, remember what I tell you, always listen to that news, gossip included, because it's usually true when this happens. So yeah, this can be also a relationship with your health. I know this week I have just started a new diet myself in terms of health, right? So I'm doing the Whole30 cleanse for 30 days. And I just started doing that a couple of days ago. And I really started, you know, affecting me yesterday, where I was like, yeah, I'm really doing this. And we were coming into the eclipse energies, you know, that night, morning really, but I call it night. So this is about self-expression too. It's illuminating things about self-expression because it's Leo, and Leo is self-expression, individuality and self-expression, right? But so it's about balancing your relationships with your soul groups, your people that you're connected to in this life, and being able to self-express. And sometimes we realize, you know, that maybe we have a hard time self-expressing in certain situations. That can be illuminated. It was for me, in fact. So this is emotionally charged time. So you might notice that a lot of people are hyper emotional, very sensitive. You know, this is an emotional time. And that's why a lot of times changes occur, is because of the emotional, you know, interplay here, the big emotional charge that's going on. It creates discoveries, self-discoveries, discoveries about your relationships to the things and the people around you. And that awareness, it propels you into taking action on things, right? So when you become aware and illuminated, well, now you can move forward even easier and better, right? So that's what this is all about. It's not a bad thing. So like I was saying last week about eclipse energies, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's actually there to protect you. So, you know, use these energies wisely and allow them to come, allow things to happen, and know that everything in life changes. So, oh, really? You've spent all day looking for a place? Oh, no, you got sick. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's awful. Maybe it was telling you not to eat at McDonald's anymore. The universe, it was saying, hey, McDonald's is really bad. You don't want to eat there anymore. So anyways, let me look over these notes a little bit. Yeah. Any questions about the eclipse energies before I talk a little bit about the week? You had some realizations? Ah, very cool. Emotional people here. Emotional, I see that. You know, and it wasn't bad for me, even though, you know, my contract fell through. I came up with a solution, and at least that was illuminated. That had been going on for a few months. And so it was good to realize what was happening and to make the changes that we needed to make. And I was worried about it anyways, because signing a contract, you know, on a lunar eclipse is iffy. But you know, the thing is, these energies last for about 6 months. So whatever sets in place right now, it's really going to be increased over the next 6 months. And it's going to really start interplaying in that, whatever that issue is or was on this day, or even within this week, you know, over the next 6 months, it's going to be even illuminated even more. It's going to be like, oh, okay, you know, is this the right move? Or, you know, in terms of that area of your life, it'll be illuminated for the next 6 months. In fact, these energies started a year ago, and they're going to last until another year, because this is Leo Aquarius axis. And so that's the energies we're playing with right now. Yeah, you're very fatigued. Actually, I am. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of people that are tired. Yes, I am very tired as well. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing my Whole30 diet, because I am very tired. I'm very fatigued and drained. And I get like that. I do get very affected by the moon, but I think this is letting me know, it's illuminating the fact that I'm not taking care of myself the way I usually do. I've been under a lot of stress this year, and this past 6 months since the solar eclipse has been a very interesting time for me and a very challenging time. So I think a lot of us have been challenged over the past year or so. These energies have been intense. And, so we've been neglecting our health in many ways, many of us, and not meditating the way that we should and doing the chakra clearing. So this is a time to get that together. Your relationship with your body, your relationship with your health is very important right now with the Venus energies. The Venus energies are about beauty and love and self-worth. And these are really important times to do that. Yeah, I was feeling anxious last night too. I felt really anxious last night. Thankfully, I got to spend time with somebody it made me feel less anxious. So that was good. But I have definitely been feeling these energies, and they've been very intense. Oh, you're energetic, Miranda. That's very interesting. Oh, you should look at your chart and see what's going on. And you've probably been taking better care of yourself maybe than the rest of us, Yeah, a great time to face fears and insecurities. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Jennifer, rough few years for sure. Past couple of years have been about purging and letting go. And now this year is a little bit different. This year is a more receptive time. You notice that you're maybe handling stuff a little bit differently than you have because it's been so trying the past couple of years. You're kind of looking at things a little bit differently. And right now we have a lot of Aquarius energy, even Venus in Aquarius. And I think Mercury maybe in Aquarius already. We have a lot of shifts in Aquarius right now, which allows a coolness, a detachment, not detachment, but so you're not so attached to things and outcomes right now. So you might be feeling like, you can kind of take care of things and not worry about it quite so much. Maybe even as, a week ago, it's time to kind of let the Aquarius energy come in, which is a little cool, a little airy. It's more mental and things like that. So, oh my goodness, Molly. Oh no, yeah, we saw that, didn't we? Woof. Oh my. Yeah, I saw that in the cards with you having a situation there. Okay. All right, cool. So let's jump into the weekend a little bit. I'm sure you're interested to know what's going on. Yeah, I've been getting really tired, but then I wake up, at midnight. I'm like, oh, now I'm energetic until 4 or 5 in the morning. Okay. Yeah, some of us are a little off that way, I guess. Yeah, you're feeling that? Yeah. Oh, yes. 11 numerology is Aquarius. Absolutely. So tomorrow is February 1st. Oh my goodness. We actually don't have a full moon in February this year. We have a new moon coming up with a solar eclipse in a couple of weeks. We have a solar eclipse ready in a couple of weeks because that's how this comes, as they come in twos, right? You have the lunar and the solar. So it's not a full solar eclipse like the last summer, right? This is a partial solar eclipse. So it won't be as intense even as this lunar eclipse, but it will be in the same axis. Okay. All right. So tomorrow we have the moon going into Virgo. So the moon's in Leo, of course, with our lunar eclipse in Leo right now, and so this is a time of creativity and self-expression and, maybe having a little more fun. But tomorrow, moon in Virgo, this is a little bit more about organizing and planning and even focusing on health and helping other people too. Those are some of the key ideas for Virgo moon. Right? So helping other people and also really, paying attention to your health. So we have the moon is squaring Jupiter tomorrow and Mars. Oh my goodness. Power struggles unite, right? So tomorrow, power struggles could emerge if there are some tensions between people. And you might notice that you're being a little tested by circumstance. So in terms of squares, squares are always tense. Squares are always a little challenging. And so when you have the moon, which, symbolizes our spirit, symbolizes our emotional nature, our subconscious, and things like that, and that's in a harsh aspect, Jupiter expands, and the Mars is all about your power. So that's going to be a little tense for people. Like I said, power struggles could happen, and just a lot of testing going on. So that tomorrow might be a little tense for a lot of people, but it's a good time to get things done. It's a good time to organize. It's a good time to, plan and even take care of your health and really just get down to, the more mundane type of business tomorrow. So, oh no, Cindy. Okay, so Friday, February 2nd, the moon will still be in Virgo. Of course, it will be ready to shift into Libra at that point, but the moon will be opposing Neptune in the morning. So, when the moon opposes Neptune, right? So Neptune is a very spiritual, escapist type of energy. And so the moon, as your spirit, your subconscious, if it's kind of opposing it, it creates this tension. You know what I mean? Like a big tension right there. And so a lot of times you have a harder time really focusing, right? Really staying focused and mindful and concentrating. You might wander in your head and daydream a lot and get caught up in the past even. So Friday will be a little more of an emotional day, but especially in the morning. But as you get into the later afternoon, it will be a little bit more earthy. That opposition will come out of play. It won't be very long. It'll just be in the morning. So afternoon's pretty good time for business and taking care of things. But we'll also have Venus in a semi-square to Saturn. Venus, beauty and love and all those good things and self-worth is going to be in a harsh aspect to Saturn, Satan. So this will magnify problem areas. You'll be able to really kind of see the details in some issues that you need to work on or fix. Things will kind of just jump out at you like, hey, this is a problem area. This needs to be fixed, so stuff like that could happen. And you might feel a little anxiety with this Venus aspect with Saturn. You might feel some anxiety, and you might have some troubled feelings as well. I mean, even the moon in the morning with the Neptune aspect, you might be feeling some weird feelings during Friday. It's definitely not a harmony day of emotions. It's more like, it's a little distant, a little weird. So try to get things done. Maybe concentrate on work a little bit on Friday, because Friday will be a good productive day, but it'll be a little weird. So emotionally. All right. So you can see I wrote down all the aspects here. Oh my goodness, there are so many this week. Okay. So I'm making sure y'all don't have questions for me. Sunday, the 4th, we have the moon in Libra. The moon in Libra. And this is actually good. The moon in Libra is like very focused on beauty, money, and relationships. Like, I was kind of saying before with Venus, because Libra is ruled by Venus. And so you could have some good fortune that day if you have some good aspects with the moon in Libra. This could be like a fun-loving day. So, Sunday is an interesting day. There's definitely some good aspect for Libra people, Aquarius people. But in terms of some of the moon aspects, let's see. We have moon trine Mercury and the sun, which is good for communication, right? Communicating your feelings, right? Maybe expressing your feelings through artwork or even channeling. So Sunday will be a more emotional day in terms of like using those energies and expressing those energies of emotion. And it will be sextile Mars. So the moon, when it sextiles Mars, is like a really nice aspect with your power. So the emotion and the power will be harmonizing. So Sunday is going to be a little smoother emotionally, okay, for most people, right? Just the energies and the weather, the forecast, right? So yeah, Sunday should be a little lighter for some people. Monday, the 5th. Oh, if you're having a lot of anxiety, you definitely need to probably do some chakra clearing, you know? Chakra clearing can really, really help with the anxiety. I do a lot of that on my YouTube channel. On Monday the 5th, we will have a little emotional tension and shocks going on. We have Moon square Pluto, which is like transformation, emotional tension. And the moon will also be opposing Uranus energies. So that will be emotional shock. So that could come into play for some people. But the moon will trine Venus. So what that means is you can use the Venus energies to kind of soften the attention and be more imaginative and use those Venus type energies and, maybe work on artwork and meditation and maybe even mediating problems between people could actually go well on that day, on Monday. Even though there's an emotional tension in the air, you can use the Venus energies, the trine there, to mediate and to make it better and to soften it, right? So even though some tension, there's actually some good energies there too that you can make use of, which is really nice, on Monday. Did you miss Saturday? No, there's nothing really new going on Saturday from Friday. There's nothing really much going on Saturday, so I didn't even bother with it. Actually, Tuesday, this is actually going to be a lot of different energies on Tuesday. So on Tuesday the 6th, we have the moon is sextiling Saturn. So that's a good time to discipline your emotions. Right? We were just talking about meditating and doing chakra clearing. Tuesday is going to be a really good time to do that because Tuesday's energies are going to like motivate you to want to discipline your emotional, spiritual, subconscious area of you, like your inner nature. You're going to feel like, oh, you know what? I think I need to do some yoga today. All of a sudden, you're just going to feel like, I think I need to do some like exercise and meditate and really get down into myself today and do some self-healing work. So Tuesday will be a good day for a lot of people in inspiring them energetically to want to focus on healing the self through the emotional body. Now, there could be some communication issues on Tuesday. Maybe that will spur you into the meditation mode. With the moon will be squaring Mercury, communication. So the moon, the emotional body, will be intense aspect to communication, Mercury. So there could be some communication tensions, miscommunications, challenges in areas of perception and communication. So how you're perceiving things could be off, and what you're getting from people, could be misinterpreted on Tuesday. So maybe that will spur you into that discipline mode of meditation work and getting yourself together, right? So Tuesday is a pretty big day astrologically. There's some Venus sextile Uranus energies, so that could be nice surprises for some people, because Venus is love and beauty and relationships and all that fun stuff, romance and health. And it's nicely aspecting Uranus, which is like the energies of like invention and just shocks and surprises and things like that. So it's a nice aspect. So that's good. Maybe, you'll get a nice surprise on Tuesday. And the moon finally will be trining Neptune on Tuesday, which is a great time to channel, a great time to meditate. So again, even, I was talking about the moon aspecting Saturn. It's also aspecting Neptune. Perfect time to meditate, you guys. Perfect time to channel. So Tuesday is going to be an interesting time, and hopefully that'll really inspire you. If you're not already doing some meditation work and stuff, Tuesday, hopefully you'll jump into that, by day number 7 as we get there. But the weekend, it's going to be interesting. A little bit more relationship focused over the weekend with the Libra energies, and this eclipse coming out of that, and that's very relationship focused. So yeah. Anyways, any questions from you guys for the week? Has it been a long day for you? I know it's been a really intense day for some people. It was all right for me. It's funny. Most of the day, I didn't really feel like doing anything until about 2 something in the afternoon, which was when we had an astrological switch. And it was funny because ever since like the eclipse, all morning I was just like, I think I'm just gonna relax. And then once we hit like 2 something, I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to do stuff. And I really started just getting things done all afternoon and evening after that. It was really cool. So I don't know if anybody else noticed that switch astrologically that happened, but it did at about 2:13 p.m. today. Will we survive it? That's cute. Extremely long destiny. Yeah, you guys let me know what you like and what you don't like. Give me some feedback about these new horoscopes I'm doing on Wednesday. If I'm going into too much detail, just let me know. If you want me to lighten it up and summarize a little bit more, I can always do that. I'm not sure who all wants to really learn stuff versus people that just kind of want to know what the energies are. So yeah, just let me know. Oh, extremely long day is probably what you meant anyways. Leo is in my 7th house. Oh, yeah. So it's really highlighting relationships probably. If it's in 11 degrees within that house, then it's highlighting relationships for you. It's illuminating your house of relationships. So realizing, hey, is this like a broken thing, or is this a really good thing where I can come together with somebody else, a partnership? And that can be a business partnership, a love relationship, anything. It just kind of illuminates the area of relationships for you in terms of actual people in the 7th house. And if you're fine, like in relationship terms and everything's like smooth for you, then it's not really going to do anything. It only illuminates things that it needs to illuminate, right? I like the sound of Tuesday. It's my birthday. Aw, happy birthday. Awesome. Yeah, long day. Yeah. It felt really long to me too, even though it was weird. I don't know. It felt like a long day to me too. Aw, thank you, Tara. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this, and I have a lot of fun talking about it because it's my passion. So thanks for letting me share it with all of you. And I'd love to hear from you. So if you're not in Vibe Tribe community, join Vibe Tribe on Facebook. Let me know if you need the link. It is on the Facebook page here. And if you want to get a private reading with me sometimes, just let me know. We can book you a private reading and we can talk about what you have going on in terms of the eclipse and everything else in your life. So, okay. Oh, your grandbaby's due this weekend. Well, congratulations. That's wonderful. That sounds like a lot of fun. That's going to be a fun weekend for you. Oh my goodness. A baby Aquarius, huh? Oh, very cool. All right, you guys. Well, y'all have a wonderful week. And if I don't see you this weekend, I might pop on. If not, though, I will see you on Monday night for our Periscope at 10 p.m. Eastern, as always. All right, bye for now, everybody.